Hello and welcome back. In this video, we are going to create some get methods, so some methods to get data from the MySQL database. And the first method is going to be the get auth user by ID. Now remember, when we create an ID or when we create a user, if we go to the auth schema, here we did not specify the ID. The ID will automatically be created, and that ID that is created, I think it's automatically indexed as well. Okay, so here we are going to get the user by ID. So export async function, I'll say get auth user by ID, and the ID is going to be a number. Okay, here we can return promise. Okay, there are two ways we can do it. We can either return a promise or we return this model, and then wherever we need to use it, we can just return and get what we need from that value. Okay, so here maybe let me just do model auth documents. Okay, and then here to get a user by ID, we use the find one. Remember, in Mongoose we have the find by ID, we have the find one. Here also we have a similar method. So user of type, so the user will be of this type. Okay, and then we set it equal to await auth model dot find one. Okay, auth model dot find one, and then we want to find by the ID, but we use the clause where and then colon where ID in the database is equal to ID here. I can call this auth ID, so to just make it understandable. Okay, so we want to find one where ID matches whatever ID we pass here, but we want to exclude also the password. We don't want it to return the password. Okay, so we add the attributes property, attributes, and in the attributes we want to exclude what? The password. Okay, so we add the attributes and then we exclude the password. Here we return user, and I think we need to cast this as model then auth document. Okay, you know what, I think maybe we just return model here, and then here instead of returning model auth user, we return auth user, and then here it's going to be of type model, and then here we're going to return data values. Okay, let me cast this as a model. Okay, I think it makes much sense this way. Okay, so we are returning the actual document, not the model itself. Okay, and then another method we can create is get user by email or username. So I'll say get user by email or by username or email. Okay, so we pass in username of type string, and then we pass in email of type string. Okay, so now here what we want to do is we want to check if there's any document that matches the username or the string, not the username and the string, no, and the email, sorry, the username or the email properties. Okay, here because we are not going to send this data to the front end, we can remove the attributes. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to use an operator. Okay, so inside this object I will use square brackets, then op dot or. Okay, so the operator dot or. Okay, and we can get this operator from SQLize, so import from SQLize. Okay, and then here we want to get the document that matches the name username. Okay, and remember we are going to use the first name or first letter uppercase, and then we pass in the username. That is the first object, and then the second object will be email. We are going to set all the email to lowercase. Okay, right here. Okay, so this is just what we need to do. Here we are saying we want to check for any document that matches the username or email. Okay, so if there's a document that matches the username, it will return the document, or if there's a document that matches the email, it will return the document. If it doesn't find, then it will just return empty. Okay, and then we need to create another function. We want to get by username and then get by email separately. Okay, so here I'll create a function. I'll say get user by username. This is just going to be here, and let me copy this. Okay, so by username I'll copy this and then remove all of this. Okay, so this will return get the user by username, and then we want to get by email, so this will be get by email, and then I'll change this to email, but email, I think lowercase email. Okay, now we want to get a user by the verification token, but remember we are not indexing this verification token. Yeah, so you can go ahead to index this verification token. Okay, so go ahead, index this, and we want it to be unique as well. Okay, so the email verification token, we need it to be unique. Okay, you can go ahead and index it because we are going to search the table. So this will be get auth user by verification token. Okay, so this will be when we want to verify the user's email, so verification token. Okay, and here it's going to be what is the field called? Okay, email verification token. So search where email verification token matches token. Okay, and here we can decide to exclude. Okay, we can exclude the password. Okay, so we don't want password, so we can exclude password as well. Okay, and then let's get the last add the last method. So get password token. This will be if the user is already logged in and then they want to update their password. So this will be get auth user by password token, and then this will be you can add. This will be password reset token. Password reset token. But in this case, we are going to use the AND operator here. Where is it? We use the OR operator. Now we are going to use the AND operator. Okay, because we want to return a document that matches both the password reset token and the password reset expires. Okay, so here we are going to use the AND operator, but now it's going to be password reset token that matches token. Okay, and the password reset expires. Password reset expires to check that if it's greater than the current time. So if it's greater than the current time, it means it has not expired. So if it's greater than the current time, it has not expired. So up.gt. So these are how you use the operators, and then new date. Okay, remember here we set the password reset expires to new date. So we are checking if the password reset expires that it's not greater than the current date. Okay, so these are the different functions we are going to use to get data. We have the one to create, these are the ones to get, and then we'll need to create the ones to update.